this point, right? What happened to the code? Which code? The code from Turkey? I think he retired. He's the only one retired. Everybody else came back, kind of. But code is... I don't know, I haven't heard from him in a while. Should have drafts any second now. The one that played was fine. Yeah, he did play... Yeah, obviously that's the code. He did play a Michi tournament with Frost together 2 years ago or something. I think that's the last time I saw him play. But he's been pretty retired since World Cup 4. And only occasionally came back for fun. What the... Something's wrong. Maybe the zoom. Yeah, it's just the zoom. Well, DM World Cup 5 he lost to Frost actually. Oh, I forgot he did play DM World Cup 5. Lost to Frost in the quarterfinals there. I could swear he played like a Michi thing, but maybe a Michi thing that isn't on Wikipedia. Yeah, all the old legends from the last 20 years are back, but the Code and Chitba. Code and Chitba, the two big names of DM history of the last 10 years that are not participating in Nations Cup. Everybody else kind of is. As we've got Japan versus Russia coming up. So should be a really good match actually. Like Japan, Yomi is really good in DM. Oyacchan has a very solid pocket, has won Carry Me or Die together with Frost. Chad is super strong, obviously super strong Armor as well, but also has played plenty of DM experience. Maketree and Komtan are all solid too. And then on the other side we've got Vinchester, AntagonisT, and White. Baldur's Gate 3 OST. Maybe it switched and you're right. No, it didn't switch. And you're wrong. It was a nice set. Yeah, the cast coordinator missed it. I already told India I might cast it after the match this afternoon. So please, no more spoilers about it. But that's at least the perfect state if both sides say it was good. Then I don't know who wins. I did say in the cast coordination channel. I think Mojito missed your confirmation. So we've got a match later today at 16:30 GMT. That's Austria versus USAC. And if that isn't like super long, then I'll cast the Mexico versus India after that. Zhao's giving predictions in group chat, but... Ulla says 3-0 Japan. I got relayed by Zhao that Ulla says predicts 3-0 Japan. For this one. That is a spicy prediction. I don't know about that. I think this should be really close. And we have a map draft. Let's replay it because we will have time while they set up. If everyone goes stack patrol, do they lose game? Well, it depends on what you do it with and in which way you do it, right? It's the same Unified Handbook rules, so it should be the same as in RM tournaments. I'm expecting Russia to win, but will be close. Okay, Zhao's saying Russia will win. I think 3-2 Russia. I'm not sure about Coast to Mountain here, Japan. Do you want to pick Coast to Mountain against 3 armors? Team Islands for Russia, again. I assume they're going for Pool 4 once more? They're too good though at RM, the Russians? Yeah, I think I will go 3-2 to Russia is my prediction. Yomi looks really strong lately. He does. But I mean, Team Japan lost to the Netherlands, you know? Well, the Netherlands apparently a top team. Is this it scheduled yet, your set with Switzerland? No, doesn't look like it. Golden Stream banned makes sense after Team Island's pick, I suppose. And Vinland Saga banned for Russia makes sense if they're not too confident in their starts against Japan. Will play Karasan once more as their home map. It didn't work versus Sweden, but a lot of things work versus other teams that might not work versus Sweden. Did I miss the Russian introduction? Would love to hear. Well, I did it earlier, right? They just played against Sweden and then I played 2 games. But I will do it now for the Raiders. Welcome, Do Not Ninja, to Deathmatch Nations Cup 2026. We have a really spicy match of our hands. We'll decide who advances to playoffs in Group G. On the one hand, we've got Vinchester's team from Russia, Vinchester, AntagonisT, and Wide. Vinchester Deathmatch World Cup 1 Silver League champion. Hasn't had the greatest results in DMV1 tournaments in the main league since then, but has always been a solid DMer. And with teammates from Salz that he's very used to, should be a strong team. Didn't work out for them versus Sweden. But someone said AntagonisT has played more DM. I had no clue about White, but their openings looked solid earlier. And on the other hand, we've got Japan, led by Yomi, featuring the OP Camel Pocket Oyacchan from Karamiodai and RM Pro Chart, who has played a lot of DM as well. Thank you for the raid. We're about to start into the series, so great timing. And let me give you a clip shout out. Map draft has finished. We've got Runestones and Coast to Mountain.
I know. You're sweet and salty? Ooh. Indecisive little bitch. Jesus.
Yeah, be clear. Reminding you to be decisive.
Too sweet. Alright. Oh my god, you know what? You know that feeling when you drink like way too much wine way too quickly and your toes start tingling? That's what I'm happening. That's happening right now, guys.
Can't imagine drinking wine at that time that I'm at right now. But alright. If Japan wins, did I beat Vinchester? I would say by maxi logic, yes. And we've got Pool 4 again for Russia, Pool 3 for Japan. Alrighty. All those people who don't like the Pool 2 mirrors will have fun today. As this is Japan. We need to reset the checkboxes. Or did I not? Shouldn't be shown right there. Now it's reset. Here we have the civilizations. I did it the wrong way, right? The Russians went pool 4 again, and the Japanese went pool 3. Pool 3 with Team Islands. I mean, there's Vikings, but what else is there, right? Might be a bit throwing Russia's home map, perhaps. Even though Japan is 4 islands. Really hyped for this one? Really hard to predict, I would say. Yeah, I would agree. It's gonna be a super close set. I decided on 3-2 for Russia. This will also decide the outcome of Group G. They're basically playing for advancing. So this is a full-on decider. Not sure this is updated yet. Let's refresh. But yeah, it is updated. So Sweden has beaten everybody. Russia just lost to Sweden 2 hours ago. And Japan has overcome Great Britain C and lost to Sweden. So if Japan beats Russia, they are in the playoffs. And if Russia beats Japan, they are also in the playoffs. I'm not sure the match with Great Britain C will matter. Russia then would have 3... Well, they would have head-to-head over Japan, right? And Japan would be 1-2 in sets, and Russia would be at least 1-1. Yeah, I think if Russia wins, they're through. Vikings Maya, Britain's 40 is smart by the Japanese. Okay, Travesty likes that, but Britons don't get Carrack, I think. So that's a bit of a risk in the opening. Not sure if they're that strong on water anymore. I'm talking to the captain of Britain, suck in them. Talking Britain's down. They used to only lack ECG? Yeah, I think they do lack more now. You can take a look. No Carrack. They still get... no incendiaries. Incendiaries isn't that important. I think siphons is way more important. But yeah, also not even fully upgrade fires without incendiaries. They really did Britain's dirty. Let's go! Admiral Zhao gifting a sub to his captain. Thank you so much, Zhao. I can see you're hyped for this match. We start on Outcrop. And they are in the lobby. It's already full. We will have Vinch, White and Antagonist. Of course, Russia only has 3 players. And then on the other side, it will be Chart, Mei and Yomi. So for the gifting subs after grabbing all the DMNC prize pool. And he's even gifting them to MTE, who will once more take parts of that prize pool without playing a single game. That's how Zhao is thanking MTE for letting him play every time and benching himself, right? MTE got 2nd place in C-Mod without playing a game. That's where the meme comes from. As the 4th player on Frost's team. And I was told he got a share of the prize money. We have the civilizations for Outcrop. Will be a... That's the lineup the Swedish played on Outcrop against the Russians. So the Russians are taking over the exact lineup that they just lost to on Outcrops. The Saints, Bohemians, Bengalis. So massive invest for them. And also quite the invest for Japan, Ethiopians, Georgians, Berbers. Arguably not that much. And that's a bit tough here. Berbers with Bengalis in the pocket. But Elephant Archers, right? Bengalis kind of won that match for Sweden with Elephant Archers. This will need to be restarted, by the way. We've got a wrong map size. Let me ping them. Vinch, Yomi... Wrong map size. And no team positions here. True, that as well. I'm not an admin, but I can tell them, right? And no shared exploration? Wait, really? But does that matter? You're in post-imp, right? That should matter. I think shared exploration should be irrelevant because you don't have a market, I guess, but I think you still kind of get cartography. But obviously team positions and map size are big ones. So expecting a restart here. They have not realized. I guess the team positions work out. Which might make them not realize the map size. Yeah, team positions work out. Admins! I mean, I can only cast it, I guess. I don't think this match should count, but they seem to be playing it. Welcome to what might be a restart in game 1 between Russia and Japan, as the map size is too big. And we've got Vinchester starting as the Sicilians, White playing with the Bengalis, and Antagonist with the Bohemians. He will be facing over far too long distance Yomi as the Georgians, May as the Berbers in the pocket, and Chad as the Ethiopians would face the Sicilians of Vinchester. They seem to have randomed into the correct positions, but map size is 6 players, so we are one map size too big for Deathmatch. And one can already see they're super far apart. That should be really, really good for the Russians. So... I mean, Seaforce maybe not, but... 3 minutes in, we haven't realized. I did ping both captains and the admin. I don't know what else to do. I'm not an admin. Does look a bit more properly on 6 player size. Bands between the players look way more normal. Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure if I should cast this or not, because technically this should be a restart. I mean, even if the map looks better, right? Apparently this has happened before and just nobody noticed. I didn't notice either, I guess. I think it happened in Spain versus Germany C or something? Well, they seem to be playing, so I guess we cast it. I have no decision power. Double elephant comp for White on the right side, supported by the Haufnitze, so they are attempting to play as the Swedes did and are pushing uphill onto Yomi. Elephant Archers there in support, if Camel Archers there in support. If the Camel Archers can get onto the Elephant Archers, that would be nice. But I guess we have the Hussite wagons to make up for that in the mix for Russia. So forward position for them here. Castle attempting to go up. Raid in the back for Vinchester with the Sicilians. Donjons will be nerfed because way more map to bridge for them. Also, we've got the safe corner situation, so this could go really long on an extra big map. Siege Archers going forward did stop that castle for now. Last Villa Forger falls a tile away from the castle as well. Elephant Archers attempting to go up the hill, but the Camel Archers are in position and are fighting. Should I make a prediction? So confused because they're just playing this. 34 camel archers on the hill. Apparently 6 pairs of eyes did not realize. And camel archers are in a nice position. That slightly favors the Japanese team here. I guess Berber mobility counts more, right? Sicilians are nerfed. Dangerous will be less impressive and less mobile pocket, yeah. Well, not much favoring to be done though. The castle is under pressure. The combined army is looking good for Team Russia. On the left side, the Donjons aren't really moving forward. Bohemians, or like, that's not Bohemians, right? What are they? Ethiopians, but Ethiopian bombard cannons should also be a very solid option against the Donjons. So Vinchester not really progressing. God, this is also big! Feels more like CMOD 1, right? Where we did play the one map size too big for DM, so basically the RM map size, for whatever reason. Push into Yomi is pretty tough though. May is trying to help, right? With the camel archers. No camels from the field, only camel archers. Where is the siege? The siege has all went down to the Haufnitzer. Haufnitzer behind elephant archers look really, really strong. Well, Yomi's in a bit of shambles. Camel archers should do okay. There's no wagons in this army anymore. I have to be careful about the Haufnitzer. But this is 64 elephant archers. And Yomi is getting deleted off the map. Has built back. I mean, profiting from extra space, I guess. Chart doing well on the left side, has a slightly better position on the hill, slightly worse position downhill. We're sharing the gold. And Japan might be happy to read that the map size was wrong. I don't know. They want to replay it. This is looking dire on Yomi's front. It's so weird to cast a match when you don't know what's happening. It's like I don't want to invest my usual energy as Vinchester is donjoning in the trade. Definitely the plays coming out here. Has just sent them, has set up some donjons in the middle and I guess just sent them straight here there. So Vinchester is trying to emulate a bit like Frost, right? He just played against Frost, just lost to Frost, and now he's trying to implement some frosty elements into his play style, strategy-wise, and also with these little nuisance things that like Sweden did so well on Kawasa. Elephant Archer straight up versus Camel Archers isn't great, but it's not straight up. We have nicely kept 14 Haufnitzer alive for Russia. And Antagonist therefore is pushing. GG is called. There was just a new code sent in the thing. So does this game count now or not? Does anybody have a clue? Vinchester just posted another code. Well, I guess depends on what map they're playing next, right? We will probably see by that. Should be same Civ if it gets replayed, so would be Bengalis, Bohemians, Sicilians for Russia. And would be... Oh, I didn't pay much attention. I didn't think that game would count. Berbers, Georgians, and Ethiopians? Looks like they're moving on to next map? Okay, well, if Japan wants to accept that. They're way for us to check if the settings are right now. Cast it more properly, but I assumed it was a re. Thought the Japanese guys were contested? Because they're too nice, you mean? That might be the case. I mean, I would always want to read that. We'll say sorry for the inconvenience. I mean, it's obviously on both teams, right? They're supposed to know this in the lobby before. I don't think it's like Russia's fault just because Vinchester hosted, but... Moving on to cross the mountain. I'll be right back. I can't check the map size, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, I'm back to the biggest match in Deathmatch Nations Cup by map size. But at least moving on to the next map. And it is 4-player map size now. Vinchester playing the way. Now the question is, does Lovisoli converses? Oh my lord. Oh my lord, what is this hosting? Try to do predictions as well. To finish my thought after. Type to have mods. Vinchester is playing the way. Now, is that a bit throwing? Or is he playing his weakest civ here? Or does Vinchester believe that way are good because he's played too much RM and not enough DM? Probably second one, right? He thinks it's a carry civ with Tiger Cash, but he's playing them on the water side out of all sides, which is very wild. Will be against the Vikings of May, which is a very good civilization for the water play here. But they will miss it on Coast to Mountain. Yomi for Team Japan as the Khmer Pocket. And then we've got the Saracen topside fighting for the wood control. For Team Japan on the opposing side. Oh, I didn't set flags. That whole like thing threw me off so much. I was expecting like admins to react and shit, but that's just what I expect of myself as an admin, I think. Antagonist playing as the Mongols versus the Saracens of Chad. And then in the middle, Mapuche for white. Yeah, I think they're throwing civs a bit. But they're using Mongols while throwing civs, so it's a bit wild. Maybe I'm not sure. Is Russia eco-gaming here, or is Russia in an RM belief that Mapuche and Way are way better than they are? What do you guys think? Nice walls in from May on the docks. Lutrons? I mean, at least Way have Lutrons for the water. The cheaper ones, Mapuche, Bolas Riders coming in sniping the dockville, so only 3 villagers, only 3 docks up for May. May might struggle on the water here. Also not that high invest by the other team, right? Khmer and Vikings is a high invest, weirdly enough, though, with the fact that there's Team Islands in the pool. So they're using their best Team Island civs here. And Vikings is, I think, a good map for the water position on Coast to Mountain. If there's no Team Islands. Vinchester lost 2 villagers as well, so I guess his own docks maybe lost some builds there too. Has a lot more docks up though, so waterside looking good for Winch. Lots of rushing forward with camels here, but running into halberdiers of the Mapuche. Mapuche getting halberdiers, okay. I'm always surprised all these new civs get halberdiers, but I think most of them do, all but Muisca. Muisca don't really need it. Yomi running in a little bit with the elephants, but lots of halberdiers for the Mapuche, so white with a rather defensive opening. Did find 5 will kills with the Bolas though. Maybe Bolas a lot better than we thought? You thought? I don't know, I like Bolas. Butcher Helper very good, plus 15 HP. Oh really? Everybody was shitting so much on Mapuche. We need AntagonisT to bring us the reason why they're good. They have might be indeed. I mean 15 HP isn't most of all, but docks are going down. Vinchester is obtaining water control. So first win for the Russians. I guess since we went to game 2 I'm gonna count the 1-0 for now. Still no answers by the admins. I will put 1-0 now. And Vinchester has won the water. Megadab, top, dunks on cavalry. Yeah, that's kind of the roller test, right? Mongols vs Saracens, a classic high civilization tier matchup. Gamba about to close. This played on the right map size, so this game should count at least. Megadai Mars in place up top. Heavy push in the middle. Yomi and Mei going Viking infantry, and Yomi with a lot of elephants straight through the middle. No scorpions whatsoever to support them though. Well, some are on the way. Some got lost in the desert. Yeah, and well, they do really, the civilizations have answers here. I mean, both civs have halberdiers. I guess no armor on the ones for the way. Mapuche seem to have heavy scorp. No siege engineers though. If there was more scorpions for Yomi here, this all-in middle push might work for them against the opposing civilizations. Tiger Cav kind of fighting the berserks. Small parts of the army for Japan only fighting, so not really fighting together. There's all 3 players here, but they are not all fighting at the same time, and not all of their armies are fighting at the same time. Japan is going for the basically, we've lost water, now we all in on land through the middle. Even the Saracens are here to play versus the Wei cavalry. The Mamelukes are in the north though. Oh lord, that might be giant shots for AntagonisT. Oh, so many dead Mamelukes for Chart. Big bada booms, and it keeps on going. Absolute disaster for Chart up top. AntagonisT destroys the army of Japan on the all-important wood side, so Yomi really needs a win here through the middle. Scorp v Scorp, his Scorps should be stronger. Yeah, Ulla, Zhao told me you were on record 3-0 for Japan. This might be 0-0 still, because we're not sure about game 1. Was lots of wrong settings. I guess the team positions didn't really matter, and shared exploration didn't either. So it was just a map size, but Yomi pushing hard. Can Yomi save it for Team Japan with a big Khmer death ball? He has the Scorpions in front now. He has got quadruple castle forward. Really need those wins here. Siege Rangers a bit out of position, so Chart can maybe stabilize, get 2 castles up here in the middle, buy some room for his team. Is the water being used? The water is kind of being used. Lutrans have opened it. Bolas riders are raiding now. Trade is they're just doing short trade anyways, just to have it a little bit safer. No caravanserai check needed. No pull 2 selected in this match. Well, technically might still be the case that Ulla can be right. And Yomi is pushing hard. Lots of Scorpions for White. Really good adaptation, I think, from White to put his own Scorpions as Mapuche. Not necessarily something many people would have thought of. The traction traps are hunting down these Scorpions as well. Really nice combo, like the own Scorpions and then the traction traps to kind of deal with the Khmer Scorps. That's so well played together here from Vinchester and White. Who is the one with Slavs? Indeed. And with Persians. Probably even more important than Slavs. These are the ones with Saracens and Mongols as the spearheads, and they're going head to head up top. Where Chart is pushing back a little. No, Chart is losing castles, but has at least stalled the push. Not many siege onagers there. AntagonisT still fully playing the top. Yomi with an impressive forward fortress. Playing all in middle push here. Well, Vikings is supposed to win the water, but the Dogvale was sniped, so Winchester's Luchuans won that. What do Vikings do now? Vikings can sling, I suppose. Did we have sling? Yeah, Vikings are going full sling. 23,600 resources of the Viking were sent to Chart and Yomi. That is probably the best use case for the Vikings, adding in some onagers, so some military on the field, but as you can see, 29 villagers, 170 eco. So Mei is on a full slinging roll this game, and that's why we see so much army and so many forward castles and so many trebuchets and so much power here out of the Khmer. The Saracens got the sling as well, but had some titanic micro moments against antagonist siege rangers, therefore sling not really showing up top, as the Mongols are being microed by 2600 RM elo of micro skill for antagonist. But still problems for Russia at the bottom in the middle. So very, very close game 2 here on the home map of Japan. The eco-civs a bit showing right way, and Mapuche not the strongest civilizations for the Russians. And shifting on to the Mongol a little bit there now. Chart coming over for SO, but I think Chart really needs his SO to defend the top side for himself. I don't think Chart can afford to be down there. Chart needs some heavy help there. Too many wills for the other two if they get full sling. It's up to 29k now, so yeah, I think they are getting slang. Antagonist sending his food down to Vinchester and White, trying to help them hold against this pressure. Traction traps are in position. Trebuchets still working forward. It's not that many trebuchets. Resources are looking solid. I mean, maybe could delete some food wills, maybe some wood wills for Yomi. Saracens need to hold up top. There was a huge Onager fight here that I missed. We're in spec delay anyway, so let's go. Let's go get for the glory shots here. Maybe it wasn't even the Onagers, maybe just the armies traded. Looks like just Mamelukes OP, right? Camels plus Mameluk. Now some good Onager shots for both sides. Full on massacre up top. I think that's great for Chart if he can stabilize. Sending more wills, I like that a lot to keep this castle up. Trap has to retreat for antagonist. So really important win here for the Japanese team. Berbers Burgers has made it finally onto my stream. Incredible. How did that happen? Love to see it. You love to see it. Hate to see that it didn't happen earlier. Okay, I don't know how many get the Berbers Burger strokes, but we've got Battle Elephants and Heavy Scorpions still in position. The Scorpions and Traction Traps still trying to hold. Base is starting to be lost to antagonist. Maybe Japan, after a rough start, can turn this around with this massive slinged up middle push. Eco still relatively big for them. Sling now up to 36k. Mostly landing for the, or in the pockets of the Khmer. In the pockets of the Khmer pocket. That is pushing hard. Castles are falling. Trade is soon there, and the Saracens are holding up top. Japan will take the first win on the correct map size. Perhaps. As long as Chart is keeping to stabilize in the north. SO numbers just not there anymore for antagonist without siege archers. Mangedai not really able to fight the Saracen composition with the extra HP heavy camels and the Mamelukes behind. And therefore, Yomi attacking this one. I'm not even sure if the map has multiple sizes, to be honest. Should we play it on ludicrous sides? I would appreciate if I'm not here until in a month, Travis. The Tiger Calf, not really useful here. Their Pierce armor might be great in Castle Age, but it's only the same as a Paladin here. We'll get some snipes onto the Scorpions. Base of White is getting torn wide open. I need to stop saying after my bad jokes. That makes them even worse. Traction Trebuchet caught out by the elephants. Barrage of Scorpions behind, still contributing for White. 68 kills. Need one more for a nicer number, and we won't get that because 3 Scorpions died. No, 3 Scorpions died that had 0 kills. But now more died that had kills. Won't get to that 69. trade cards running amok in the battle as well. Forward castle up. And this Mapuche castles look so ridiculously small, bro. Like the comparison of the Khmer castle to the Mapuche castle. Well, it's small and it's dying. And the middle push works out for once on Coast to Mountain. Daring strategy, but I guess it helps if you've got Saracens up top. And Chad eventually did stabilize after the bad fight. And is now even pushing back against AntagonisT. Chad outplaying AntagonisT on top, impressive. Outplaying? He had a really rough fight. Not sure if you can call it outplaying when you got 15k sling as the Saracens and AntagonisT actually slung resources overall to his opponents. So I think it's more May and AntagonisT eco army combination winning against AntagonisT than outplaying. Chad has also been sending his source in the middle. He has, yeah, there's one, and it goes down. It's a point, but AntagonisT was pushing hard there as well until the sling fully kicked in. Castle pushed back in the middle for Yomi. Russia is trying to stabilize, and honestly, that's a rough moment though. Castle dies before it can go up. They kind of are assembling army. What has happened? Did Yomi disconnect? Where are the elephants? We don't have elephants anymore. Did May stop slinging? 41k sling? It doesn't look like he stopped slinging. What happened? Japan just stopped producing. They ran out of gold. The short trade. 12 trade cards only. It was too low eco for the Khmer. They're sending food. They're sending food, but food is not enough for elephants. They were basically on the trade. They overextended. Russia is full on pushing back in the middle. May went on to water. I'm not sure that was important. I guess they get better trade now. I thought the game was over, but now a lot of things keep happening that I didn't have on my cards. May's playing water again with the Vikings. Cutting back on the sling, I guess. And Yomi ran out of gold, so Vinchester and White are pushing back in the middle. How is it going on the top side? Pretty stalemate. Some control over the golds here. Sidranjo will get taken out by the Mangudai. Game certainly has taken 3 weird turns in a few seconds. Lots of traction traps, lots of traps. So pressed to the trade, but Russia is pushing back. How's their trade count looking? Not that great either. The one for May is the biggest. Saracen trade is decent. And Mapuche actually have the most trade for Russia. Coast to Mountain always delivers. I thought Japan had it. But they ran out of steam right before they were in the trade. And now Russia can stabilize and push back. So many buildings in the middle being lost. Castle being lost here as well. White turning his attention also onto the top side. So Chad will lose some room up top as well. Mamelukes and camels getting a nice clear up of the Mangudai. It's only villagers in there. Mangudai not even saved in the castle. AntagonisT losing a lot of Mangudai. That was a good fight for the blue Saracens. And here comes another elephant army in the middle. Made it back up to 40 elephants. It's not the most impressive number. Certainly had more before. And on the water, Karax is just not the unit against Luchuans. Did you go to the school of Oladushek or what? Making Karax against what is essentially a galleon. Better galleon. A better galleon that also kills buildings. Vikings don't get fast fires, I guess, but you can make longboats. Just make longboats. Karax against Lutrons. Well, I guess if they get close, they work. Yeah, they work a lot better than I thought. What the fuck? I guess that's because Vinchester keeps shooting at the castle. Apparently, I know nothing about this game, so I want a Karax took out the Lutrons. But I think it was more a miss micro. Elephant push also being back to active again. So many turns back and forth in this game. Set is delivering. This is the decider set on who makes it into the main event playoffs. And who will be relegated to Silver League out of these two teams. Full on decider. Antagonist losing another castle, so Chart finding his footing up top. And Yomi is back to pushing, also pushing into the wood side now. That will become really important as wood starts running out wide. Already not a single villager on to wood. House Winchester's wood count will need that for ships. Kind of does still have some wood. Wood bank overall looking better for Japan though. And Japan is pushing into a trade again with the elephants. Very forward markets for Antagonist. Means he's trading really far out. I'm not sure if you should keep that market alive. Maybe just trade from these ones. Maybe add a corner one and delete the others to make this trade a little bit safer. I feel like if I pause ads now, we will keep pausing ads for a long time because this game will go on. So I think I will let it run. Otherwise we lose all our ad breaks. Ogre pop count is terrible. True, only 82. They are completely out of resources. Maybe we should have paused the ads. 600 and 240 on wood and gold. And no food? Mongols completely out of this game basically. Still some Mangudai being produced. Traps are trying to fight the heavy scorpions. We have a southern fight now on land next to the water between the Vikings and the Wei, so they can't go help up top. Eco's way better setup for the Japanese. Well, I said we should let it run because I thought this would go longer, but maybe I was mistaken. I'm failing to call this game so hard. Well, there's still scorpions for wide. And the Mangudai up top. I mean, there's no push. Maybe they're a bit over popped now. Saracens 160 eco. I think that's a little too much. So the Mangudai can find some engagements. The resources are just looking so terrible for the Mongol. Completely out of rest, right? They don't have wood control anymore. Some wood in the south here. It's all been taken. They're taking some stragglers there. That's all the wood control for the Russian team. But they're getting this wood line back. Needs to send villagers to that ASAP. Just taking gold. We might be already on like buying wood. So let's turn the market notifications on for a little bit. Will this be the longest game in eternity? It's hard to beat. Netherlands versus France on this map, right? Going basically to all the wood being depleted. I think Germany C, UKB had some really long ones as well. The set was at least long. I don't think so. I think Russia is running out of wood soon. And hi, Griffin. Well, they're onto this wood line now. Antagonist can maybe build some army. Push is switching to the south. Commerce switching angles a lot. GGs are called! No wood anymore for Russia! And Japan gets a win on Coastal Mountain. Still not sure if this is actually a win or not. We'll count it for now. Settings were wrong. And the Japanese push on the bottom side as well. Did go back on water for a bit. Not sure that mattered too much. It did matter, right? Secured them the longer trade route. And Japan takes it on the wood control. Even though it looked hard up top, there was a moment where Russia was basically dead. Opponents' castles were in the trade. Then they had a pushback. but could never make it on to the resources anymore that were needed to win this game. Good game by Japan, evening out the scorelines. Amazing KD for Yomi, 1277 units killed with the Khmer power against a bit weaker civs for the Russians on the bottom side, and only 600 losses. Eco-wise, May with the sling, of course, slung overall 49k, almost 50k resources sent to his allies. Even got relics. Well, I guess if you're slinging, there's not much to do, so you can get a few relics. And fastest player in the game is AntagonisT with 96, which is a super high APM for DM standards. It's even faster than Daywalker and Josh, who have been the oldest players in the tournament and the APM kings so far. AntagonisT overtaking them, and I'm not sure how old AntagonisT is, but it is a win for Japan. And I will maybe, I don't know, does this look weird with a question mark? Kind of works. Admins have awoken, but still in Discord groups instead of in the tournament Discord. So. Why are they talking to me there? That makes no sense. Anyways, I am the caster. Game 1 goes to we don't know, and Japan wins coast to mountain. We will go to Team Islands. Game has started. Asho, can you do predictions? It's a bit too much with me, with the admins asking me questions instead of adminning, you know? Welcome to Team Islands between Russia and Japan. Probably 1-1. As Vinchester is playing Shoe Pocket on the left side, we've got AntagonisT with the Chinese, and towards the bottom, White with the Malay. And it looks like we have a bit of a throwaway lineup here for Japan on Team Islands. Full South American, Middle American matchup. We've got the Maya for Chart, the Incas for May, and the Tupi for Yomi. So they are sinking their civs onto that. Is it a landing strategy? No, they're playing Triple Galleon. I guess they're playing also some. Why does this say DJ Zapsan? Oh, that's my chat window. They are also playing some Carracks for Chart. Who is going forward will be front dogs for the Shu, actually, and for the Malay, of course, with the Thalassocracy front dogs. A bit more side dogs for the Chinese, and AntagonisT jumping onto the map, also taking kind of the advice of the Sweden set and using the Chinese here. Oh, they did use the Chinese here earlier. I think they just switched out Spanish for Shu, right? That's the adaptation they did in order to have the same civs. Russia is just playing the same civs they did with Sweden every game. Did we have Gamba for this game? No, I don't think so, right? I did it myself, and Asho said he would do it, but then he didn't. The dragon ships jump onto the galleons. And we've got Blackwood archers coming out? We're trying to fight the dragon ships with Blackwood archers? Or is there a landing attempt? They do have double navy in the south together for the Japanese. As we do have Luchuans and Fastfire down there. Galleons and galleons. And more galleons. I guess we have some carracks up front for the Fastfire ships. I am Zeo. As the Luchuans do the backline fire, but I mean, even with these civs, Japan is playing really well. They are taking decent engagements in the middle. They're taking them really nicely together. Somehow they managed to get all their ships fighting. Fast fire ships for white are a bit of a nuisance. We don't have many carracks in here, but it's a good galleon mass. The Shu Luchuans behind for Vinchester. Not finding as much value as I would have expected, perhaps. Up top now, Mei is also coming to support Yomi there. Dragon ships up front. So they're dancing. AntagonisT trying to micro Dragon ship and Luchuan. The OP Chinese combo, but it's two armies there now, which means there's no two armies at the bottom anymore. I'm not sure I like this. I feel like Mei should have stayed in the south. Sure, up top that kind of denies their markets and everything. We have some stray galleons fighting here. But now, like, Chart taking the fight alone there, like, means he just lost a lot of navy. And the momentum was actually okay, I felt like, for Japan before Mei switched to the top. Now they're both fighting against the dragon ships there with double galleon, which is worse than fighting against just the fast fires up front of the Malay. Malay do have not fully upgraded fires. They're missing the last upgrade. Japan calls the game. Ah, they had a good fight for like a bit of the eco round civs here. But this looks so like Battle of Actium scenario thumbnail. It's a great thumbnail. Otter sees this eventually uploading to YouTube. This is his thumbnail, guys. 2-1 for Russia investing the Chinese here. Malay and Shu, well, can't really be played on land, so I guess it's not a big invest. Just better water maps, water civs in pool 4. Portuguese not in the civ pools that are being used indeed. Shu with the best KD. I mean, Vinchester currently had Vinchester always had a front line in front of his Shu Luchuans, but only 9 losses. Davuk 16.4 KD ratio. Luchuans OP. Well, GG. Russia gets to what could be a match point. The admins are just asking me questions instead of giving me answers. I asked first, though. I feel like I shouldn't be the one answering, you know? The cast! We're going to Runestones! Maybe I should send them my stream link. I think that makes sense. Can we see the Swift pool? Are you not? Oh, I guess you're not. So Russia maybe has 2 wins now. And they might be on match point. We are going to Runestones, remaining home map of Team Japan. They answer things in feedback. Is the admin pin not working or something? Seem to be reading all the chats but the relevant one. Fallout's pretty solid when I see it now. How come nobody plays it? Some people play it. Sweden versus Russia earlier was pool 4 mirror. We are going to Runestones. Depending on the admin decision, a match point game for Russia in order to make it into playoffs. We do have humans being played alongside the Khitans for chart and Magyars for the May. Very aggressive lineup. I will need to turn the heating on 1 sec. Oh, made it in time. Potential match point game for Russia. Very important game. If they win this and game 1 counts, then they are in the round of 16 main event playoffs. Russia with the flag, Japan with the flag as well. Aggressive Runestones roster for Team Japan. We've got the Yomi humans facing Vinchester's Romans. Oh, that could be a rushdown in favor of Yomi for sure. On the other side, we've got Chart playing as the Khitans, also Step Lancer lineup. Facing Antagonist with the Burmese. An elephant flank attempt. Malians in pocket. So they can maybe defend their 2 flanks from the all-in Step Lancer strategy of the Japanese. 3 Step Lancers running forward for Yomi already. We'll need to take a close look at the Eco KD here. Japan going all out aggressiveness on Runestones. First villager falls for Vinchester. Finally a strategy by Japan where they try to punish the RMS, maybe being a bit slower on the openings. But the build orders are looking solid. We do have a chicken castle, kind of a chicken castle. Don't really like the positioning of this house blocking it, but somewhat chicken castles are up. Camels! We're not starting Step Lancers for the Khitans, now starting Fire Lancers. Okay, bit questionable maybe by chart. Humans are going for the Step Lancers, did get 3 kills, but I feel like if you're playing Cuban Steppe Rush, you want definitely more than that. There is another villager though, there is still chances, the castle is still not up. That villager will go down, that's kill number 4. Can we kill the castle viz? Can Yomi stop the castle? He's trying to run to the back. He's trying to loop around. That villager should be safe. The main camels are now appearing on more on the other side though. trusting on Vinchester to defend it himself, and the Step Lancers just took a tour around the base without really finding the villagers. 5 kills, that's, I would say, totally okay for the Romans. Could have been way worse for Vinchester there with a no treadmill crane sieve. Sure, they built 5% faster, but it's still way less than treadmill crane. 15% less, 15 percentage points less. Still a big difference. White supporting on the right side. May also going there with Paladins and Cav Archers. It's a very Cav heavy comp. Fire Lancers. I guess you don't have Halberdiers, so you can go Fire Lancer against the Camel Pocket. Arabai behind is also kind of hard. It's a full-on all-in by Step Lancers. I don't like that. No transition to help siege for Yomi. He's going only for Step Lancers. Oh, and the camels and the Halberdiers get the surround there. Yomi is trying to deny trade, though. He's going for a corner castle. White now paying a visit to the base of Yomi. And Vinchester and May attacking on the sides. Chart and May with combined armies pushing into AntagonisT. Got a Rambai and Battle Elephants. Lining up, trying to defend. It's a lot of combined Cav Archer armies. Guess makes sense against the infantry, but what do we have against the Paladins then? Well, against the elephants, I mean. I guess there's the infantry on the left side. Still Step Lancers on the field. Not the strongest unit if the game continues, and Yomi is out of gold. Did get a good amount of siege onagers though. Maybe can micro them to death, and has some Halberdier support now. 3 barracks Halberdiers, so relatively low switch. That should help against the camels. The heavy scorpions for Vinchester trying to defend. Obviously the Roman unit, cheaper for them. Siege onagers are there. Siege onagers not really reaching the scorpions, but the scorpions also not really doing damage to the trebuchets. Castle falls for the Roman castle in the corner for Vinchester is denied by the forward castle for Yomi, and trade could be set up for the Japanese team, but somehow they forgot to put the markets in the corners, and May is just making them in the middle of the map, blocking the trade rather than starting it. Don't know what those market placements are, man. Pushing. Russians are pushing on the right side. Bombard cannons out for AntagonisT. No traps to be seen. Will be slowing down the push that it's only bombard cannons. Slower taking down buildings. But the infantry and the Arabai are around. Where Oyacchan, true. It's been only same 3 players for Japan all game, right? Say May, Yomi and Chart seem to be the only 3 present today. Forward castle for AntagonisT. No Oyacchan carry. Possible. Maybe see some of the others, but I'm pretty sure we didn't see Oyacchan. Yomi's trying his hardest. He did deny the trade, but trebuchets are out there now for Vinchester, and his army got cleared up front. Not enough Halberdiers perhaps. Step Lancers still trying to raid. Russia is on the pushing angle here with the Burmese and the Malians into Khitans and Magyars. Was a bit of a daring Civ roster there for the Japanese. Step Lancers not really even attempted by the Khitans. And Yomi not really finding the value with the Cuman rush. Can be very hit or miss. He invested a lot into it. Could have maybe switched to a help siege or like infantry siege composition a bit earlier. And or to paladins. I think that would have fared better. But they are stabilizing. The Mega Cav Archers helping out a lot. Arabai don't really stand a chance against them. And there isn't many elephants either on the field for AntagonisT. Went very hard on the infantry. That is kind of countered by all the Cav Archers. And didn't go so hard into the elephants, which I think would have been a lot better for AntagonisT. Especially since there's no Halberdiers, just Fire Lancers who have less bonus damage. And Magyars also don't have the greatest units. against elephants. Shikso, welcome to what could be the decider for the playoffs if Russia wins this. Or no, it's definitely the decider series as well. Looks like Vinchester and his team might make it in a close series against Japan. May now coming to defend. There's May saying nay to that possibility. Welcome, Shikso's viewers. Thank you so much for the raid. We'll shout out later because we're on the crucial phase of the game here. Big ram push for Vinchester, for Russia to maybe 3-1 this if game 1 doesn't have to be replayed. And heavy cav archers sitting behind the castle. The Roman Centurio army is looking good. Yomi had a lot of initiative early. Didn't find the will kills with the humans though. And on the right side, the pushback is also still happening for AntagonisT. Chart and May stabilized a bit there. May now having to go to the left side, and Yomi space is not looking too great. Hi Pang Lima. Love to see more games after the raid, so admins, if you're finally listening to me, please replay game 1. Because I think Otter's winning. This is looking like a really strong push out of Vinchester with the Rams. Humans were not ready for that. The Citron just died on the push. And that's what I said, Asher. Yes, thank you. After the game. Because this is on dire straits for Team Japan. Farmiko under duress for Yomi. Does he still have resources? There's food. He doesn't have gold. Trade is kind of flowing to odd directions here. Made the markets there, I guess, so they don't bump into these, but they still bump into these. And oh no, even the corner castle denied by White's camels, and Russia is looking strong. Ulla's prediction definitely out of the window now. Ulla predicted 3-0 for Japan. Japan looked good against Great Britain. Nobody looks good against Sweden. But in a close series, Japan definitely had their chances, but the Russians were not on point enough in this Runestones game, and Vinchester with a good defense can stabilize here. Oh, Shikso actually has a view streak, I guess. You're lurking a lot. Thank you so much for the raid and for watching as Vinchester is gearing up towards a Runestones win. Russia have been playing 2 sets today already, Keller. So was confirmed for a while. Unfair having win shot Russian team though. Well, looks like the others are now slouches as well. I mean, it's also unfair to have Viper on the German team, I guess. More people have been pointing that one out at least. And Tedo on the Spanish team would be another one to look at, if you're counting that. But also Chart on the Japanese team, I mean. 2k7, you know. Gebetto now even on the mix for White. It's a really strong push for Japan. May calls the GG. And Russia might advance to the playoffs. Unless there's a re for game 1. But since the Japanese don't ask for it, I think that might be the more likely decision that it counts. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, strong play by Russia. Really good defense by Vinchester against the Step Lancer rush of Yomi. I think Yomi overinvested a bit into Step Lancers, but really nice tight build of Vinchester with the chicken castle. Once again, pointing to the importance of being chicken in DM. Also good defensive castle for AntagonisT. And a strong win for Russia, most probably giving them a position in the playoffs. And check out Shikso. I think he's unfortunately mainly streaming in German now, but maybe good opportunity to learn it. And he's in a really good mood. In this clip.
Sure, man, like he could go up, but still I'm behind 10 villagers. It doesn't matter. Civ is sick if you are not having like, look at this map. He has gold here, stone here, walls here
The
to
map!
the GC, and he's closed, and this is like open as, I don't know.
Classic Schicksal, weil der Donut, welcome. Russia probably takes it 3-1. I will check in a second if there is a replay of game 1 or if the wrong settings there count regardless. I guess it's counting.